introduce ourselves. My name is Oktaviana and my other member is Arif. So the first material is about politeness. Politeness is showing awareness of another person's face, or in another word, that means that to know how to be nice, tactful, and modest to other people. And the next one is concept of face. Face means public self-image, refers to emotional, social sense of oneself expected to be recognized by others. And it's, for example, in social distance, would you like a cup of tea, Miss Anna? It means showing your respect to her. And in another example, like Anna, fancy cup of tea means that your friendliness with her. And another one is face warns. Within their everybody's social interaction, people generally behave as if the expectations concerning their public self-image or their face wants will be respected. So there are 2 points here. First point is a face-threatening act means a possible threat to one's self-public image. For example, that turn down the oval noise. And the second point is a face-saving act means saying something to lessen the possible threat. For example, like I'm sorry, but we want to go to sleep now, so can you turn down the music, please? Yeah, that's an example. And the next one is about negative face and positive face. Negative face means that need to be independent, to have freedom of action, not to be imposed on by others. For example, like whenever you get a chance, it would be nice if you took up the trust. If the example of negative face. And the positive face means that need to be accepted and liked by others, to be treated as a member of the same group, and to know that his or her wants are shared by others. For example, like, wow, you are so nice, you should took up the trust. And this is the example of positive face.
Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Arif, and I will continue the present by Cera Oktaviana. And in this section, I will explain about the positive and negative politeness. So, in everyday interaction between social equals, such belt on record behavior would potentially represent a threat to the other's face and would generally be avoided. Avoiding a face-threatening act is accomplished by face-saving acts, which use positive or negative politeness strategies. So, a positive politeness strategy leads the requester to appeal to a common goal and even friendship via expressions such as those in this example. And first is, how about letting me use your pen? And the second is, hey buddy, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me use your pen. This is the example for the strategy of the politeness. This on record expression do represent a greater risk for the speaker of suffering a refusal and may be preceded by some getting to know you talk of the kind present in this example, also designed to establish the necessary common ground for this strategy. Hi, how's it going? Okay, if I sit here, we must be interested in the same crazy stuff. You take a lot of notes too. Huh? Say do me a big favor and let me use one of your pens. However, in most English speaking contexts, a face-saving act is more commonly performed via a negative politeness strategy. The most typical The most typical form used it is a question containing modal verb such as could you lend me a pen? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bother you, but can I ask you for a pen or something? I or I know you're busy, but might I ask you if you have something like this? So even even more relevant for our concern with the pragmatics of language in use, the availability of the bolt on record form as well as of record forms means that the use of a face saving on record form represents a significant choice. The choice of a type of expression that is less direct, potentially less clear, generally expression that is generally longer, and with a more complex structure means that the speaker is making a greater effort in terms of concern over face than is needed simply to get the basic message across efficiently. And then we're going to talking about the strategy, the tendency to use positive politeness form and passing closeness between speaker and hearer can be seen as a solidarity strategy. This may be the principal operating strategy among a whole group, or or it may be an option used by an individual speaker on a particular occasions. Linguistically, such a strategy will include for personal information use of nicknames, sometimes even abusive terms, and the tendency to use negative politeness form and passing the hearer's right to freedom can be seen as a different strategy. It can be the typical strategy of a whole group or just an option used on a particular occasions. A different strategy is involved in what is called formal politeness. It is impersonal, as if nothing is shared, and it can include expression that refer to neither the speaker nor the hearer. For example, customer may not smoke here, sir. The language associated with a different strategy impasses the speakers and hearers the impedance make via an absence of personal claims, as in an alternative for version. The part of the party invitation is in this one. um there is going to be a party. If you can make it, it will be fun. So these general types of strategy and are illustrated here via terrains which are actually central to speech even. For example, invitation, face-saving behavior. However, if however is often at work well before such utterance are produced in the form of a phrase sequence. So, as already suggested, the concept of face saving may be helpful in understanding how participants in an interaction inevitable understand more than she is said. The basic assumption from the perspective of politeness is that face is typically at risk when it self needs to accomplish something involving her other. The greatest risk appear to be when the other is put in difficult positions. One way of avoiding risk is to provide an opportunity for the other to halt the potential risky act. For example, rather than simply make a request, speaker will often first produce what can be described as a pre-request. So, for example, this is her say, "Are you busy?" Him answer it, "Not really." her again check over this memo. Okay, so the pre-request is the first the first conversation that her say, are you busy? This is the pre-request. And then pre-requests are also commonly used in making invitation, as illustrated in the example letter. So to ask pre-invitations question and receiver tends to recognize their functions. So uh, sometimes prerequisites used to make to making invitation as illustrated in like this one. What are you doing this Friday? This is pre-invitations. Him nothing so far. Come over for dinner. I'd like that. So this is the example of free invitation. Making free invitation as illustrated. So and this one with pre-invitation with a go ahead. For example, are you doing anything later? This is for the example of the sentence. For to make pre-invitation with go ahead, and with and the last one is with a stop. Inviters 10. And this is child. Mom, guess what happened? Silence. Mom, you know what? Not right now, JC. I'm busy. This is so the last sentence in this this conversation. This conversation is invitation with a stop. So throughout this discussion of politeness in interactions, we have been assuming as a well-known and easily recognizable. I think that's all for me, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.